Guys, I have glasses now. Oh, and blue hair. Hey guys, it's Hannah, and I have blue hair now and glasses. That's not real, just so you know. I doodled it on there. But I have glasses now, and I have blue hair, which I like my glasses. I'm not that blind, but it's nice to have things in the distance not be fuzzy around the edges, and it's nice to be able to read street signs when I'm driving. You know, it's that sort of thing. So I don't have to wear them all the time. They're part-time glasses. So don't worry, I'm not blind as a bat yet. And the blue hair, I just wanted to dye my hair blue. And now I think I'll never go back because blue hair is dope AF. So today we have my June wrap-up and July TBR, which is going up on time this month. What? So the first book I read in the month of June was A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. This is the sequel to An Ember in the Ashes. So in this series is a world ruled by the Martial Empire. I think it's called Martial, might not be. But there's a school where they train all of their soldiers. Defiance of the Empire, you know, ends in death, of course, obviously. And so one of the main characters, Laya, I'm not quite sure how you say her name, but her brother ends up being kidnapped, and that sets off a chain reaction of events when she's working as a maid for like the head honcho lady, and there's these trials going on to see who the new emperor will be, and a lot of stuff goes down in the first book, and then this is the second book. And it was good. It's been over a year since I've read the first book, so it took me a while to get back in with the characters and back into the story, but I still enjoyed it. So it wasn't like, oh my goodness, this is so amazing, I loved it, but I did enjoy it. And I can't say much because it's the second book in the series, but Layla, whatever her name was a little less annoying this time. She didn't do stupid things quite as much. She still did a few stupid things, but not as much. Elias was great in this one. So if you haven't read the first one, you haven't read the second one yet, I do recommend that you go pick this one up because it's good. Let's just take a moment to appreciate this. The second book I read was Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller. This book is about a place where pirates rule the ocean, and they have kind of like a caste system, I guess you could say. And our main character is the daughter of the Pirate King. But not everybody thinks he is really the Pirate King. But then this rival boat kidnaps her, but what they don't know is that she actually wants to be kidnapped because she is searching for the missing piece for a map to a Siren Island thing. And so then there's this whole thing about she is trying to search the boat while also acting like a prisoner. She's also, you know, there's the pirates on there, so you can guess where that's gonna go. The part I liked the most was something that I can't say because it would spoil it. There's a part about Alosa, she's the main character, I don't know if I've introduced her name yet, but there's a part about her that I really liked, and I want to see how the author's gonna kind of like play that out in the next book. But as of right now, I'm planning to read on. I might forget that I'm reading this series, but I'm planning to read on. The next book I read was My Heart and Other Black Holes by Jasmine Warga. This book is about a girl who wants to commit suicide, and on this website she finds a suicide buddy. They start meeting to plan their suicide. And with all the mental illness books, as usual, I don't like to say too much because I don't want to spoil it. I want you to kind of go on the emotional journey with them. I thought this book was really great. Of course, there are trigger warnings for suicide because that's kind of the premise of the whole book. So don't read it if that's a problem for you. But I thought it was really good. I love the main characters. I love the way the story went. I also really liked the way it ended. And I just think it overall was a great book, so I would highly recommend that you read it. The next book I read was Mosquito Land by David Arnold. This book is about a girl who is living with her dad and her stepmom, and then she finds out that her biological mom is sick. So in the middle of a school day, she hops on a bus and heads to find her mom. This book was also really good, and again, don't want to get too much into it, although honestly, it doesn't get too much into mental illness, but I really liked Mem, and I loved how she was kind of like writing in a journal on her travels, and I loved the progression of the book and the people she met on the way, and I just thought it was really good, so I highly recommend it. Next book I read was Speak of Me As I Am by Sonia Velasco. This book I got on a whim at the library. It was on like the new releases shelf, and I loved it. It was so beautiful. This book centers around a boy whose best friend just committed suicide and a girl whose mother just died from cancer, and them meeting when the boy transfers to the girls' school, and just their experiences and them kind of growing together. And it was so beautiful. So beautiful. I loved this one. I absolutely loved this one. It was great. Again, don't want to get into too much detail, but just know that it is beautiful, and I think it handles all of the topics really well. The next book I read was When Dimple Met Raishi by Sandra Menon. I don't know if I'm saying the names right. I'm sorry. This book was really cute. It wasn't like my favorite cute contemporary. That's going to Alex approximately, because that book still gets me. This book is about two Indian American kids. Dimple's family wants to find her the ideal Indian husband, but she wants to go to college and learn coding and meet people and be amazing. And Raishi, I think it's Raishi. I know it's not Rishi, because they said it wasn't that in the book, which I'm glad they said that, because when I read it as Rishi. I think it's Raishi. But he is all gung-ho for following his parents' dreams for him. And so Dimple goes to this coding camp, and so does Raishi, just to meet her. Dimple goes because she wants to code. She's so pumped for this. Raishi's like, hey, our parents are trying to match us together. I think it'd be good. And Dimple's like, what? And throws her coffee on him. It was adorable. It had that, you know, rivals to friends to lovers thing, and it was just so cute. And I loved the way the story turned, and I loved every aspect. I love how this one was about coding. I wish there was kind of more about the coding, not that I understand anything about coding, but I just wish they had kind of talked about it more, or I don't know how she would have. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to see it more. But I love that that was a thing. And I love just learning about like the Indian culture and like the whole arranged marriage thing and how that works. It was just a really good book, and I highly recommend it. The next book I read was Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crawley. This book is about a girl who moved away from her old hometown, and then while she was away, she kind of lost contact with everybody she used to know, and her younger brother dies. So when she comes back later to get a job, she isn't doing school at the moment. When she goes back to get a job, she's meeting all her old friends, and they keep asking about her life now, and so she's kind of keeping that hidden. They notice she's different, and it's about getting back in contact with old friends. And it was good. It wasn't my favorite because the characters weren't my favorite, and as most of y'all probably know, I really care about characters. They're a big part of the book for me. If I don't like the characters, then that kind of knocks the book down for me. And they did some really stupid things, and that just ticked me off. It just annoyed me a lot. So that kind of put it down. Okay, I know that like they're supposed to do stupid things because that makes the plot go on and blah blah blah. But it still annoys me, and there were certain things that really got under my skin because they were so incredibly stupid that I'm sorry, but it knocked the book down. But overall, I thought it was good. I agree with Heather from Bookables that the best part about this was the letter library. One of the main characters works in a bookstore. And in the bookstore, they have these books that you can't like take out and buy. They just stay in there, and you can put like letters in them. You can like write in the margins, leave notes. And that's just like a really cool idea and aspect of it. So that was like my favorite part of the whole thing. Although there were some parts for the letter things that confused me at first because I wasn't like reading the dates when the letters are written. And so literally at one point I was like, is this gonna be like some kind of supernatural book? Is like a ghost writing to someone? I'm so confused. And I read the dates and I was like, oh, that makes sense. So if you read this book, make sure like you look at the date that the letter was written, because it'll help you. The final book I read in the month of June was The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. It's about a girl named Esther, and you kind of see her slow progression into madness, I guess some could call it, but her slowly breaking down to the point where she ends up being admitted into a mental hospital. And it was inspired by Sylvia Plath's experiences with that. And it was amazing. I absolutely love her writing style. That was probably my favorite part about the book. I love the practicality of it, I think is a good way to describe it. It's very simple, it's very straightforward, but it has a really nice flow to it. So I love her writing style. I'm going to be reading more of her books. This one was amazing. I highly suggest you go pick it up. Again, not going to give you a major summary, but yes, highly suggested, recommended. It was beautiful, amazing, loved it. So those are all the books I read in the month of June. For July, I've already read 2 books. I'm reading 1. The next book I'm planning on reading is How to Travel Without Seeing by Andreas Neumann. This book I got at a bookstore up in Austin, which is a beautiful bookshop. It's called Malvern Books, and they kind of focus on local authors, indie authors, lesser known authors, that sort of thing. So what caught my eye about this one is it's like during his travels, he just took little notes about little things that happened, and so I'm really excited to read this one because it looks really cool. Plus, they're having like a book club for it, so Lisby and I are planning to both read this and then go back for the book club. So we'll see how we like it. Another one I got yesterday in Austin. We went to Austin and I bought 4 books. Oops. But that's mostly Harmless by Douglas Adams. This is the 4th book in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. It's the next one I need to read. I found this at South Congress Books, and every time I've been in there, the past 2 times I've seen it, I wanted to buy it, but I either restrained myself or my friend restrained me. But this time I was like, you know what, every time I want to buy it, so I'm just gonna get it. So I got it. So the next book, it's a hunker. I'm kind of regretting it, but I can't really back out now, and that is Dune by Frank Herbert. So the reason I'm reading this is A&M has this thing for freshman students where they have like this summer reading club, and so you read a book over the summer, and then when you get there they'll have like it's like a brunch or a lunch or something, and then you kind of sit with the people who also read the book you picked and discuss it. And so I picked this one because it looked like the one I'd enjoy the most, but it's huge, and I tried reading like the first 2 pages and I couldn't get into them. But I was really wanting to read something else. Like I felt like I had to read it, so I just stopped reading it. Read the other thing I wanted to read. Eventually I'll get back to it. It's only 600 pages, so it's not like it's too terribly long. I mean, the books I read are mostly like 300 pages, so it's just like 2 books in one. It just kind of regretting my decision on this one. So we'll see how this goes. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you have read this month. I can't believe that I'm actually gonna get this up on time this month. This is insane. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all again in another one soon.